At this place in history, we're at one of the most iconic places in the Champlain Valley. We're at Chimney Point with the Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins. Steve, what are we doing here?
So we're going to go check out the Champlain Bridge. This crossing at Lake Champlain has been important to peoples throughout the millennia. It's a very narrow part of the lake, and in the late 1920s, Vermont and New York built an iconic bridge. We all know the bridge fell down, or didn't fall down. We took it down, and then they built this beautiful new bridge. So we're going to go learn all about the history of this crossing, how they used it, how it was built. So really cool stuff. So Amanda, we are underneath the Champlain Bridge right now, which I think is really cool. But this is a very historic crossing here on Lake Champlain with ferries and various bridges. So we've asked Elsa Gilbertson, who is a regional site administrator for the Vermont Division for Historic Preservation, to come down and tell us a bit about this bridge.
Nearly 10,000 years ago, what became the lake was the superhighway of the time, so people were passing north and south, but also east and west because it's so close. And when the Europeans started coming to this area, they were going back and forth here all the time. In the early 1920s, when there started to be more automobiles, people really got tired of waiting for the ferries, and then in the winter you were kind of stuck. So that was when they started to talk about having a bridge on the lake, and they looked all around for a good location, but geologically this was the best. They really took into account the landscape of the area, and so the arch mimicked the rolling hills in the area. Sometimes, you know, bridges are plopped into a landscape, but if they're beautiful, over the course of time they become part of the landscape. The old bridge was very much at one with the area, and then luckily when we had to have a new bridge, that also was designed very carefully to fit into the outstanding and amazing landscape here. So we feel very fortunate in this area to have a new beautiful bridge that is on a par, or maybe even will surpass the engineering significance of the old one. We all worked hard on an interpretive trail that with a lot of interpretive signs that goes from here, and it starts just down below here where there's a pier from the old bridge that was preserved.
Bridging different places and points in time with the Lake Champlain Bridge at this place in history.